Everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be closing out my sinking funds for the month of March. So we're going to get right on into it. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back. Thanks for joining me for another one. So these are my updated sinking funds. If you haven't already, I'll have it in the description box below to check out my video where I showed you guys what I have changed in my sinking funds and savings and sort of what my new goal is. So if you are new, I'm going to kind of go through it like with you as I am closing this out. So this may be just a tad bit longer than normal. So bear with me. So let's go ahead and start off with entertainment. So, for entertainment, we started off with $89.82. We put in $125 and we spent $199.14. 199 if the keyboard would like to, type. Um, we can do all of that. $119.14. Okay. And the goal is to get to about $500. And so, yeah, I'm not worried about it, but you will see in my April's budget, my new spreadsheet that I'm going to be working out of, and that actually tracks just what I've spent year to date. And as long as I've spent like $500, then I've technically met the goal of having or getting at least $500 in the account over the month. But that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. And next is going to be car insurance. I started off at $61.66. I added $129 and I did not spend anything. So we are at $190.66. And I have a goal of $2,500. And that's sort of for a year's worth because I pay my car insurance every 6 months. For car maintenance, I started off at $50.01. I added $10. We did not spend anything, so we are at $60.01. And the goal is to get to about $400. Next is going to be pets. I started off with $114. I did not put any money in there, but we actually spent $39.99. So the goal was 250 and now we're at $74.01. Next is health. I started off at $53.36. I actually put $47 in here. And for health, we actually spent $29.91 for the month. The goal is about $400 and the ending balance is $70.45. Y'all, now that my husband is starting a new job, oh, welcome back to the real world, girl. We are figuring out how we are going to do our health insurance. Because at my job, if I just have health insurance for myself, it is free. If we do all of us on health insurance on my husband's plan, it's going to be like almost $1,400 a month. And if I do all of us on my insurance, it would be like maybe like $800. But then it's going to change the dynamics of how we put the money into our household account and things like that. So originally, $400 would normally cover like our deductible and out of pocket and all of that stuff because he had a really good insurance. $400 is not going to do it anymore. We're looking at like maybe like 3,000, 4,000, and maybe then some. So for right now, we're just gonna get to our little $400. But this is just what we're gonna do for the remaining of the year and figure something out. And I'll update you guys on what we end up deciding to do with that. All right, on to home maintenance. We started off at 50 cents. We added 200 and y'all, we spent 200. I got our house cleaned. I talked about how I know I said my back, but I really should have said my neck. I had like a procedure done on my neck and got like pretty much like almost in a sense like two shots in my neck. Oh Lord. To help alleviate the pain and that I was having in my neck and my back. And so I really haven't been able to move for like a week. And so I got the house cleaned, y'all. I got the house deep cleaned, best decision. And then the other $50, we bought some things for the house. And so we're right back at 50 cents. Next is subscriptions. We started off at 65.88. We added $23 and we didn't spend anything. So we're at 88.88. The goal is 36.44. For home maintenance, the goal is about $500. I think once I we finally get a lot of things just like really like under control, like we are really serious about getting our finances really, really together. Um, these things like these, for a lot of this, a lot of these numbers will really like actually work for us. And then for taxes, we started off at 104. We didn't put anything and I did not spend anything, so we're still at 104. The goal is 150, but we'll just see. Things are changing for us for the better, and we may have more money to kind of put into taxes because that's something that I really do want to build up because I want to be able to put some extra money to our escrow to help bring down our taxes that is added on to our mortgage for 2025. So for the sinking funds portion of it, we started off at $539.23. We added $534 and we spent $469.04, which leaves us off with an ending balance of $604.19. Now we're going to go ahead and take a look at our savings account. So the first account that we have is our rainy day, and that is just for small mini things that may happen. It doesn't have to be an emergency. Maybe we just need to go and do something and we just don't have the money elsewhere. We started off with $111.04. We added 19 and we have not taken any money out. Y'all, I'm being so lazy because I've been meaning to follow up with my manager about that money that is owed to me to add to this account. And I just work is work. You get busy and you forget, but I really need to put that at the forefront because this is money that could be in this account. So we're ending off at $130.04. The goal is just to get to $200. To be very honest, I don't want to keep too much money in this particular savings account, which is our credit union account because the savings rate is not that well. I may up this up later on, but for right now, once we get to about 200, we're good right now. Next is our emergency fund. We started off at $493.95, and y'all added $150. Shout out to y'all if you signed up for my using my link for Ally Bank. I received $150 from the various people who signed up. So we didn't take anything out of our emergency fund. So now we're at $643.95. And the goal for just this year is to get to 1,500 because my original goal, just in our budget wise, was to get a month ahead on our bills first or like in our checking account for our household account to just make sure that account is running smoothly. And then that takes like the pressure off and you can kind of focus on everything else. Next is our future fund. We started off at 52.48. We didn't add anything and we didn't take anything out. And just for the year, the goal is $72. Next is Baby Girl. She started off with $41. We actually put $8 in there and we did not take anything out. And so that leaves her with $49 in that account. And the goal for this year is just to get to $96. And right now, this is just going to be a savings account for her. And we have other accounts, but this is just what I'm doing out of this account. And so we started off with $698.47 with our savings accounts or our various savings accounts. We added $177. We did not spend anything. So we are ending off at $875.47. So altogether, we started off at $1,237.70. I added $711. I spent $469.04, and we are ending off at $1,479.66. And I can tell y'all this with very much certainty that this does not match the number that I have in my, I don't think that's the number that I have when I closed out my like spending accounts budget. So I'll need to go ahead and, figure all of, or go back and look at that and figure out where I went wrong with that. But y'all, that concludes my Sinking Funds closeout for the month of March. I did quickly want to run through this bottom subscription part with y'all because I realized after I had did the original video, I forgot to add like back to school in here, which I think I'm gonna name it education, and that's just gonna be able to cover baby girls like yearly tuition and then any like renewal classes and additional learning and things like that that my husband has to um, take um, for schooling for his job and things like that, so that there's always money in that account for those things. So I did just want to mention that as well too. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share with your friends and family, and I will see you guys in the next one.